As usual, I am back. Give me a moment to share. Alright. So I believe that when I do this, that big things happen and they do happen, and then I get scared, so then I wait a couple of days until something bad happens, and then I rush back. And I should probably stop doing that, because if I did this every day, nothing bad would probably happen in my universe or the people's universe around me. So I'm like struggling right now with myself to learn how to do this positive practice every single day so that it maintains a positive universe around me. But yeah, anyways, it's up to us to show up and to banish the evil of the world. And we can do that through the power of magic and power of prayer. I'm pretty tired. But I'm gonna do this because when I wake up tomorrow, it's gonna be a different world. So here we go. The mantra for today is Creator Divine, Life Divine. We summon you most holy. Erase all error, banish all terror, respark our fire, enhance our power. Commander of heavens, Commander of earths, Creator of universes, Mother of souls. And it's just not the same without the music playing. So hold on. Don't feel so tired anymore. Okay, everybody, let's take a deep breath in. I'm so sorry I do this randomly. Really, I take a deep breath in. So, it's the truth that life force is all around you, whether you believe it or not, scientifically proven. There is so much life force around us. So close your eyes and remind yourself there is an infinite supply of life force around me, like it's everywhere. There's empty space in an atom. It's not really empty, you wanna know what's in the atom? The life force. Some people call it dark matter. It's the force or the God force that makes everything stick together and holds form in different planes and shapes and beings are constructed and kept together with this material. Usually abides by a law of that particular dimension. So in this mortal dimension, our life force that is us leaves our body when our body can no longer sustain it. There's many different things that can cause that. It could be health or fate, or just all of a sudden someone reaching some type of enlightenment and boom, they're gone. They came here to learn. They're just gone. Mission completed. On to the next big thing. That's what I believe most death is and usually is, whether we like it or not. It's like boom, on to the next big thing. Except for the ones where I feel like we're really unjust. It's not on to the next big thing. It's someone being really selfish and taking an irreplaceable life. That's a different thing. But that's besides the point. Let's, whenever there's goodness, the opposite shows up. So right now the opposite showed up. So let's retune back in to the infinite life force, the light stream, the dark matter, the God, the spirit. It has so many different names, but it's infinite and it's around us constantly, all the time, whether we like it or not. And if there's no volume on YouTube, please let me know, guys. Yeah, let's refuel ourselves right now. Let's keep reminding ourselves there is infinite life force around you. Infinite. There is infinite life force constantly, no matter what. My ability to recover is always there because there's infinite life force around me all the time, no matter what. No matter what I believe in, there's infinite life force around me constantly, whether I see it or not, whether I believe it or not, there's infinite life force around me throughout the universe, abundant. There is abundant life force around me, no matter what. Whether I believe it or not, it's there. Whether I want it or not, it's there. Whether I'm calling to it or not calling to it, it's raining down on me. It's all over me, it's within me. I'm breathing it in, I am breathing it out. I'm one with it. No matter what, there is an infinite, abundant supply of life force energy, and my ability to recover is always constantly active, whether I want it to be or not. No matter what, whether I believe it or not, whether other people believe it or not, I am surrounded by infinite, abundant amounts of life force energy, no matter what people think of me, no matter what people believe, it doesn't matter. It's whether I believe in that infinite amount of life force, whether you believe in that infinite amount of life force, no matter what, it's there, it's flowing through you, it's accessible. The impossible is always possible. So let us say this mantra again, because I cannot, use the power of this mantra without acknowledging that the infinite, the infinite everything is in my hands, no matter what. Whether I believe it, whether other people believe it, it is within. Creator divine, life divine, we summon you most holy. Erase all air, banish all terror, respark our fire, enhance our power, commander of heavens, commander of earth, creator of universes, mother of souls. Either close your eyes and tune into what I'm saying, or you may repeat after me. Either way, it does not matter. The fact that you are here participating, something is going down, something's happening. Creator divine, life divine, we summon you most holy. Erase all air, banish all terror, respark our fire, enhance our power, commander of heaven, commander of earth, creator of universes, mother of soul, creator divine. divine, life of the vine, we summon you most holy. You grace all air, banish all terror, respark our fire, enhance our power, commander of heavens, commander of earth, creator of universes, mother of souls. Wing, 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 creator divine, life divine, we summon you most holy. You erase all error, banish all terror, respark our fire, enhance our power, commander of heavens, commander of earth, creator of universes, mother of souls, creator divine, life of divine, we summon you most holy. Erase all error, banish all terror, respark our fire, enhance our power, commander of heavens, commander of earth, creator of universes, mother of souls. All the evil in the world do not have nothing on this, nor do they have nothing on the commander of heavens, the commander of earth, the creator of universes, or the mother of souls. May they all be crushed in this beautiful deliciousness and dissipate into the void into its appropriate place. Creator divine, life divine, summon you most holy, erase all error, banish all terror, respark our fire, enhance our power, commander of heavens, commander of earth, creator of universes, mother of souls, creator divine, life divine, we summon you most holy, erase all error, banish all terror, respark our fire, enhance our power, commander of heavens, commander of earth, creator of universes, mother of souls. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to re-upload this to YouTube. Or I can just, yeah, I will. Alright. So now that we've charged up on that mantra, I'm going to do a two-part meditation because I can't play the actual CD by Master Trilla, but we're going to do that after our Course in Miracles lesson. Alright. Okay, YouTube can hear me. Alright. Today's lesson is 161 from A Course in Miracles. It's like the calendar lesson. It's the lesson of the day. And the lesson that we are focusing on today is Give Me Your Blessing, Holy Son of God. Today we practice differently and take a stand against our anger, that our fears may disappear and offer room to love. Here is salvation in the simple words in which we practice with today's idea. Here is the answer to temptation, which can never fall to welcome in the Christ, where fear and anger have prevailed before. Here is atonement made complete, the world passed safely by and heaven now restored. Here is the answer of the voice of God. Complete obstruction is the natural condition of the mind. Part of it is now unnatural. It does not look on everything as one. It sees instead but fragments of the whole, for only thus could it invent the partial world you see. The purpose of all seeing is to show you what you wish to see. All hearing but brings to you your mind the sounds it wants to hear. Thus were specifically made, and now it is specifics we must use in practicing. We give them to the Holy Spirit that He may employ them for a purpose which is different from the one we gave to them. Yet He can use but what we may, to teach us from a different point of view, so we can see a different use in everything. One brother is all brothers, every mind contains all minds, for every mind is one, such is the truth. Yet do these thoughts make clear the meaning of creation? Do these words bring perfect clarity within to you? What can they seem to be but empty sounds, pretty perhaps, correct in sentiment, yet fundamentally not understood nor understandable? The mind that taught itself to think specifically can no longer grasp abstraction in the sense that it is all encompassing. We need to see a little that we learn a lot. It seems to be the body that we feel limits our freedom, makes us suffer, and at last puts out our life. Yet bodies are but symbols for a concrete form of fear. Fear without symbols calls for no response, for symbols can stand for the meaningless. Love needs no symbols. Being true but fear attaches to specifics, being false, so being loved is our true nature. Bodies attack, but minds do not. This thought is surely reminiscent of our text, where it is often emphasized. This is the reason bodies easily become fierce symbols. You have many times been urged to look beyond the body, for its sight presents a symbol of love's enemy. Christ's vision does not see this. The body is the target for attack, for one thinks he hates the mind, yet what but mind directs the body to attack? What else could be the seat of fear except what thinks of fear? Ooh. I've been saying this for a long time. Our minds are like trash cans until we turn them into tools. Hate is specific. There must be a thing to be attacked. An enemy must be perceived in such a form he can be touched, seen, and heard, and ultimately killed. When hatred rests upon a thing, it calls for death, as surely as God's voice proclaims there is no death. Fear is insatiable, assuming everything its eyes behold, seeing itself and everything compelled to turn upon itself and to destroy it. Who sees a brother as a body sees him as a fear symbol, and he will attack, because what he beholds is his own fear, external to himself, poised to attack, and howling to unite with him again. Mistake not the intensity of rage projected fear must spawn. It shrieks in wrath and claws the air in frantic hope it can reach to its maker and devour him. This do the body's eyes behold, and one whom heaven cherishes, the angels love, and God created perfect. This is his reality, and in Christ's vision is his loveliness, reflected in a form so holy and so beautiful that you could scarce refrain from kneeling at his feet, if you will take his hand instead, for you are like him, and the sight that sees him thus. Attack on him is the enemy to you, for you will not perceive that in his hands is your salvation. Ask him but for this, and he will give it to you. Ask him not to symbolize your fear. Would you request the love? Would you request that love destroy itself, or would you have it be revealed to you and set you free? Today we practice in form we have attempted earlier. Your readiness is closer now, and you will come today nearer Christ's vision. If you are intent on reaching it, you will succeed today. And once you have succeeded, you will not be willing to accept the witness your body's eyes call for. What you will see will sing to you of ancient melodies, You will remember you are not forgotten in heaven. Would you not remember it? Select one brother, symbol of rest, and ask salvation of him. See him first as clearly as you can, and in that same form to which you are accustomed. See his face, his hands, feet, and his clothing. Watch him smile, and see familiar gestures which he makes so frequently. Then think of this. What you are seeing now conceals from you the sight of one who can forgive you all your sins, whose sacred hands can take away the nails which pierce your own, and lift the crown of thorns which have been placed upon your bleeding head. Ask this for him, that he may set you free. Give me your blessing, Holy Son of God. I would behold you with the eyes of Christ, and see my perfect sinlessness in you. Give me your blessings, Holy Son of God. I would behold you with the eyes of Christ and see my perfect sinlessness in you. We were going to use that for the Twins Heart meditation. And we're going to go to the last part of the lesson. And he will answer whom you called upon, for he will hear the voice of God in you and answer in your own. Behold him now, whom you have seen as merely flesh and bone, and recognize that Christ has come to you. Today's idea is your safe escape from anger and from fear. Be sure you use it instantly. Should you be tempted to attack a brother and perceive in him the symbol of your fear, and you will see him suddenly transformed from enemy to savior, from devil into Christ. You know, this is so fucking true. Because in all your relations and your day to day life, do you see bodies or do you see reflections of yourself? See, like people can subconsciously know when you're looking at the reflection of yourself. So they come to you in peace. I'm like, no, try it though. Really try it. Try looking as everyone as yourself and things kind of fall into harmony and synchronicity. You guys may even have the same thoughts at the same exact time and finish each other's sentences. Like experiment. Like just try to see, all the people in your life as yourself. You may notice they may bring you things that you've been thinking about. It's because the ultimate truth, no matter what we believe, all the energy is the same. It is all the same energy, and it's all the same mind. It's all the same spirit. Everything is God. And God is everything. And God presents itself with what we want to see. And with our habits, we can develop a habit of seeing a specific thing, and that's what we will experience. But when we can choose and decide to see, how things can work, or how things are falling into place, or how you are starting to learn and grow, when you start looking at things from that perspective, that's when the impossible happens. That's when you start to live a life that is not a life that's decided for you. It's a life that is completely natural and unimaginable, and almost as if something has plans for you and is constantly, planning things for you in a weird way. I don't know if you've ever experienced it or if you've ever had synchronicities, but it's a real thing. Like it's the actual truth. Whether we want to believe it or not, it's happening every single day. The universe is alive and it's communicating to us, constantly trying to grab our attention and wake us up. Because it's our sole purpose and destiny to create, whether it be creating with energy or whether it be creating things in the actual physical world. But even if you're thinking it, it's going to become physical. Like, and that's the truth too, whether we believe it or not, whether we want it or not. It's happening all the time. It's the law of the universe. The third dimension, or those in power, or whatever the fuck, the aspect of ourselves that wants to keep it hidden, that is running amok in the world. That's the responsible term from a higher conscious perspective. The aspect of our consciousness, I guess we could call it the evil or the devil or the ego, the devil, or whatever you want to call it. There's so many names for this dark force of creation. That part of us has run amok and is like hella committed on destroying itself, even though it doesn't really understand that if it destroys itself, it no longer exists too. And that's the tricky thing because I really don't know how to stop this other than by shining awareness and a higher consciousness throughout our whole selves until it reaches this ego mass or anti-God consciousness until it gets there and it starts to feel the love and integrates. And that can only happen a person at a time, and it hasn't happened with me yet, okay? But there are some people that have accomplished this, but still, we're not gonna, well, we could still experience peace, like the majority of the world can experience peace. Like if most of us decided my life is gonna be peaceful from here on out, my energy is directed towards my highest and greatest good and the highest and greatest good of my neighbors and those I live with and those I'm in a relationship with or have relationships with. If you hold that in your heart, you'll notice that there will be peace around you and peace with the people you love. But if you come at life from a perspective of their bodies, they're animals, they're unconscious, basically, yeah, that may be true, but that means that there's a lot of fucking shit in your mind that is unconscious. Lots of programming, viral, matrix like programming that is like running 24/7 that is creating and setting up these occurrences and attractions. So when you start believing I am surrounded by good people who have their greatest and highest good, you best believe that's exactly what you're gonna get. But if you start thinking, oh, everyone hates me, everyone's out to get me, you will start to live out a delusion and react, to this delusion and therefore creating that experience without realizing that you've been duped by your own shadow consciousness, your own fear, your lower consciousness, or your consciousness dropped from a higher consciousness to a low consciousness. You just slip. It's like slipping on a crack or tripping over a shoe or something. There's nothing wrong with it. But to consciously stay in that, like, that's a conscious decision. But some people don't know, and sometimes we forget, and that's why I do things like this. So we're going to begin the Twin Heart Meditation, and we are going to use the A Course in Miracles to bless the earth. And we're going to look at everyone on the earth as an extension of ourselves. When we think of someone that's really bad and pisses us off and we're blessing them, we're not going to look at them as a separate entity. We're going to look at them as, the same. Okay, they're us and we are them. And they are having a separate experience at a different time. They don't really know what they're doing, but they're still us. Like no matter what, because everything is the same energy. Even the most evil people of the world. I mean, if we all projected that to them, that hey, you are us, they would probably drop the knife, drop the gun, probably turn themselves in, atone, become at one. Most of them, except for the brutally lost ones, they probably wouldn't. But you don't know, okay? You don't know that. We live in a universe that is full of the impossible. And if you kind of think about it, how the fuck would the universe set up life on this small rock in this solar system where we end up developing a civilization and then we're all conscious and aware, able to create, make decisions, even destroy ourselves, destroy each other. Like, what are the chances of that happening? Like, it has to be some type of great divine master or the universe has to be alive and know what it's doing because the way our bodies are created, it's like they were programmed, pre-created. Anyways, that's just food for thought. We're gonna begin the meditation now. So we're gonna close our eyes and have your palms facing upward, and you're gonna have your tongue touching the roof of your mouth. I'm gonna turn up the meditation music. Focus on the center, middle of your chest. We're not gonna call it a heart chakra, we're gonna call it a heart center or a heart vortex. And in this vortex, I want you to put a positive memory or something that you love, something that you love doing, or just something that you love. It could be a pet, a person, it could be a musical instrument or a band, anything that you love. And you're gonna put it into this vortex in between, the center of your chest. We're basically filling ourselves up with love. So it could be a happy event or something you love. We're gonna put it into the heart vortex. We're gonna await a response. You might feel tingling sensations, like oh pain, you might yawn or something, but you will get a response. Next, we're gonna do the same thing, but to our ground center, which is the vortex there or a massive energy. We're gonna call it the crown vortex. And in this vortex, you're gonna put something that you love, someone, or an activity or a memory of you doing something that you love. And you're gonna put this into the crown vortex. Give me your blessings, Holy Son of God. I will behold you with the eyes of Christ and see my perfect sinlessness in you. Give me your blessings, Holy Son of God. I will behold you with the eyes of Christ and see my perfect sinlessness in you. I'm going to lift up our hands and imagine there is a small ball across from your hands. And imagine that there is that small ball is the earth. And we are going to speak to the earth and send this energy to everyone, everything, regardless of what it's done, without judgment from the consciousness of God. Give me your blessings, Holy Son of God. I will behold you with the eyes of Christ and see my perfect sinlessness in you. Give me your blessing. Holy Son of God. I will behold you with the eyes of Christ and see my perfect sinlessness in you. Give me your blessings, Holy Son of God. I will behold you with the eyes of Christ and see my perfect sinlessness in you. Give me your blessings, Holy Son of God. I will behold you with the eyes of Christ and see my perfect sinlessness in you. Give me your blessings, Holy Son of God. I will behold you with the eyes of Christ and see my perfect sinlessness in you. Give me your blessings, Holy Son of God. I will behold you with the eyes of Christ and see my perfect sinlessness in you. Imagine there is golden light coming out of your hands, pouring down onto the earth, blessing every single living thing, from the trees to the waters, all the humans, all the animals, and the forces of nature. And we drive out darkness and evil, shadow consciousness as we drive it off the planet with this infinite golden light source from the divine, filling up the whole planet, repairing and restoring it to its former glory, unaffected by our delusions and self-destruction. Restored and presented in the perfect vision of Christ. We choose to see Christ's world. We choose to see the kingdom of the heavens. We choose to see the highest and most beautiful outcome. We choose to see the most highest and most beautiful timeline. In fact, we jump now from all apocalyptic timelines and into the God timeline, where the impossible is possible and there is infinite goodness for all. And such a thing exists because we are in that right now. We are in that consciousness, and that is the true nature of our beings. And the reason why we are so upset with the false world we've been living in is because it is not the real world. It is a world that can suddenly change overnight and become the world that God envisioned for us without the effects of our delusions and our shadow aspects. We rain down more golden light upon our shadow aspects, and we fill it with love from the inside out and transmute it, that it no longer has the same effects it has upon us and becomes an ally on all the world, all the planet, instantaneously, in all dimensions, all timelines. We bless all the people with the corona. We bless them instantaneously. We bless all people having hardships right now. We bless them instantaneously, infinitely, with the impossible made possible vibes. Now, right here, right now, all dimensions. Let all problems find solutions. Let all corruption be dealt with and exposed. bless this earth and all timelines. We transmute and nullify all end time. We transmute and nullify any type of injustice, any type of dictatorship and corruption. We ask that golden swords of light, or fucking golden tsunami of light, fucking wash over that shit and return it to its appropriate place in the universe that is nowhere near us. And it is so because, we have access to the infinite divine life stream. It is so. Go to my YouTube channel, Master Ascension Mantras, or just Master Ascension, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Or you can follow me here on the Mystery School of Witches, where we teach, some of the most best techniques to use your witchy goodness or godly goodness, I like to say. You may message me or comment in YouTube. Also visit the website Master Ascension Mantras and prayers, not and, but just the letter N. And you can find a link to the book. You can buy the book on Amazon. Just type in 33 Master Ascension Mantras and prayer. It will show up. Hopefully you go to bed, you will wake up, everything will be restored, and hopefully when you guys participate in this mantra replay before you start your day or when you have the time, you will feel, that goodness, that infinite goodness that is always around us no matter what, whether we believe it or not, whether we want it or not. That infinite goodness is always around us and always available to us. I love you guys. Be safe. Let me know what you think below. Take care.